Did at the computer for a while. So, tie another knot to this. This is how I make miniature thread, or miniature rope, or one way. I'll show you a couple different ways. Now, the stuff I use, I got it for really cheap. It's a tatting thread. It's the stuff that little old ladies use for making doilies and stuff. You know, those little lacy doilies and frilly things that they sort of kind of, I don't know if they crochet it or what. It's tatting. Tatting is what they call it, eh? So the reason why I like it is it's nice cotton thread, hey, and it comes in nice off shades of white, you know, like beiges, and just, you know, it's nice stuff. It takes a dye really well, okay, and it's thin. It's really thin, so you can kind of use it as rope as itself, but for that netting and well, like for the netting on the trebuchet, this is what I did. Now you basically start by taking, you know, a piece of it over top and making a loop, okay? That's the start. So you want to loop in it, okay? So kind of like tying a knot, you know. Let me do it up close. Wow. Okay. This is your thread tied onto something, okay? You take this piece and you basically tie a knot, you know, in the thread with it, like that, you know, one knot, right? Over top and back through the loop. Okay, so that's how you start it. Okay, now that'll kind of stay where you're at. You can't really slide that up, you know. So, and the thing with these two is once you pull on it, they all come apart. Okay, so what I like doing is I'll put it about 5-6 inches, and then I can take this piece and either kind of knot the other way, or I can use it for tying on. It gives me some extra room, okay? So the other end, your ball or whatever, sometimes it's nice to, you know, use a book on it or something. I usually toss it on the floor and then I stand on the thread, okay, and then that gives me enough resistance so that, you know, I can let some off and it's not running all over the place. Okay, so you take your loop, this piece here, what you want to do is you want to grab this piece and pull a loop through, okay? So you take this piece and basically put it through the loop, okay? That gives you another loop that you're hanging on to, hey? And you tighten up the first one, okay? I'll show you again. Take this piece and you got a hold of the loop here, right? Okay. Grab this piece and pull it through your loop and let go of your loop. Just hang on to this piece, say, and you kind of make another loop with it. Okay? So you grab the string, pull it through, and then kind of tighten up that previous loop. Okay? Grab the string through the loop, tighten that up. Okay? Got it? And then once you get going, you just grab your string, tighten up the loop. Grab your string, tighten up the loop. Okay? So you keep doing that. Now that's how you make sort of a chain knotty type thing. And you know, kind of pay attention to what you're doing, okay? Because you want them all about the same tightness. Okay? You don't want it really tight because later on you want to be able to go through the knots, eh? To make your, you know, like squares, like on a net, hey, you know, you got squares. So this will be, you know, your main row type thing. And then later on, let's say, well, it's kind of hard to say. You'll take this piece and push it through one of the link holes on the other rope, right? And then just carry on going, okay? That's how you kind of make your cross pieces, okay? Now, if you've made your knots really tight, or if you're using really small thread or string, you'll want to, you know, use something to get this loop through there, okay? So at this point here, you can stick it on a big darning needle, you know, go get a craft package of needles, and they always come with a big needle. anyways, you can sew it through and then take it off the needle and carry on. You can use those needle threaders, you know, they usually come in a package like this too, eh? Oh, there's one in here. I think I may have given it to the wife. Anyways, it's usually a little metal thing with a wire loop on it, eh? And you stick that wire loop through your needle, then put your thread through the big wire loop, right? And then pull that thing back through the eye of the needle, eh? And it threads your needle for you, eh? Needle threaders. So you could use that, you know, put this in there and pull it back out. Or this is what I use, which is why I'm showing you this, is because I had a mini piece to move the camera. So I use a thing like this. Can you see that? Well, here. Basically, here they're for doing, these ones are doing for rugs, okay, for those, they take a big mesh, eh, and they grab little pieces of wool through a hook latch. See, it's got this toggle, eh, so you can put it through something, hook on to the thread, and then when you pull it back, this toggle goes, closes your loop, eh, and you can pull it back out, eh, without it getting snagged. So you can take one of these actually and pound it down until you get yourself a nice point on it. That's what I've done with these, eh? So you can pick these up for about 50 cents at a junk store, eh? There's lots of them there. This one here I've made a little bit, I've squished it down so it's a smaller loop, not so big as this one. And then this one here, I took it out and I pounded it on the anvil until I got a nice point, eh? This one here I can actually poke through things like, leather or something that's really tough, eh? Bet you I could even get it through here. Well, it's pretty big, eh? What I use is I've got ones like this, but they're really, really small. I'd show you, but they're under the camera. They basically look like this, same idea as this, eh? But they're weaver tools, and they're just about the size of a needle, eh? I lucked out, I found them at a junk store. So, anyways, once you get to the end of this, make sure you put your thread through, this is all in the instructions by the way, put your thread through there and tie it off, eh? Otherwise, all your knots will come loose, eh? Well, this is tatting thread, like I said. You're doing this with a rope. Now, the other piece of way of doing ropes is to actually twist it, eh? A twist rope, like a nylon rope. What you do there is you twist them both the same way, and then let them curl back, eh? And then that'll give you your twist and it'll stay. Used to do that on your jeans, eh? You'd have all your pieces of threads, eh? And you'd hang onto this piece here, and you'd roll them this way, and that would roll all three of them, eh? Especially if you're doing threes, eh? You'd have, or four or whatever. And then when you rolled them on here, it would twist them all that way, and then you'd wind the rope, eh? And they would all stay. So you can do that too, but it doesn't look as good as the chain link ones on these nets. So that's how you do the chain linking. It's not that hard. It's I do start the page with "Don't be daunted," but lots of pictures. Easy to do. $2. And like I said, if it goes good, well then I'll do all the other ones too, because they had some really cool medieval type stuff, eh? I'd like to do those. I may do them anyways, but whether or not I spend 2 weeks drawing them all out is different. Okay. So we'll see how the first couple or three here go, and then it pans out. Excellent. I'll keep doing them. Listen to the sounds of a guitar being cleaned. Cool, eh? In here. Holy crap. I didn't really mean to push that.
Just showing you one of my cat's favorite pastimes. Hey, little gray kitty, sitting there watching the fish. Kitty TV. Yeah, I caught you. I caught you. Dang cats, eh? When you're not around, that's, yeah, they're on everything.